Hello, everybody, and welcome to your video English class brought to you by English Learners. I'm Jules. This is the class for the Tuesday-Thursday group that comes at 4 o'clock using book Academy Stars 6. Okay, so you guys know who you are. All right, first of all, I hope everybody's doing fine. I hope you are having fun at home. Okay. Why don't you tell me 3 things that you did yesterday? Okay, we can write that up in the notes, in the notebook. Okay, tell me 3 things that you did yesterday at home. Okay, and we're going to use the past for this. Okay, this. Okay, so I'm just going to write in here, first of all, before here. Okay, so, right, 3 things you did yesterday. 3 things you did yesterday. Okay, and we're going to write it in past simple. Okay, so for me, for example, I watched a movie. Okay, watched in past with ed. I ate a pizza. It was delicious. And I played video games. Anybody who knows me, I love my video games. Okay, so just like me, write 3 things that you did yesterday. Okay, just as a little warm-up. Now, today we're going to be doing some writing. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is writing a review. You're going to imagine that you went to a camp. Okay, and you're going to write a review about it. Now, in the last few classes, we had a look at a camp in America at a ranch called Dude Camp. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to read the review of the Dude Camp that was written by a kid called James. Okay, we've already read it, but we're going to go back. And we're going to look at some useful language that they use, okay, so that we can use it in our review. Okay, so let's have a look. If you like to open your pupils book, and we're going to go to page 61. Okay, and here we have our review. Okay, so let's have a quick read. So this is from James after spending some time at the Dude Camp. Okay, the Dude Ranch. Okay, so let's read. A dude ranch is a place where city kids learn how to be cowboys. At first, I didn't think that I was going to enjoy myself. I'm not very sporty, and I had never been horse riding before. But the ranch guide told me to relax and just have fun. And I did it. I thought I'd be homesick, but the people were really friendly and there were so many fun things to do. I don't really like camping. I'm terrified of spiders, but the teepees were warm and comfortable. Cooking outdoors and hearing the guides' amazing Native American stories around the campfire was a great experience. Okay. My favorite part was visiting the museum. Native American culture is fascinating. Our teacher told us to bring money for souvenirs. I'm so glad I did. Glad means happy. I bought a really cool Native American bag. This has made me feel more confident, and I'm going to be more adventurous in the future. I'm definitely coming back next year. Okay, very good. Now, as you can see, I have a few phrases highlighted, okay? This is to show that when we write our review, we have to use the past tense, okay, most of the time, because it's something that we've done in the past, okay? So we have to make sure that we put all the verbs in the past, and when we're describing it, we're using was and were, which is the verb to be in the past, was and were, okay? So, an example of this, all right? The teepees were warm and comfortable, okay? My favorite part was visiting the museum. All right. So there's a couple of examples of using was in the past. Also, using the phrase there were or there was to say the things that they had at the camp. Okay. The things they were to do. right? So a phrase just like this: there were so many fun things to do. There were lots of activities to do. There were a lot of animals. Okay, so you can say the things that they had at the camp using there were or there was. Okay, and then for other things, other verbs, we have to make sure again they're in past simple. Okay, so here's one: I didn't think. All right, so that's negative. All right, and then I'll highlight another one for you. All right, the ranch guide told me to relax. Okay, we have the verb told in the past. Okay, so we have to make sure that we write in the past. All right, and use the same phrases. Now, at the end of the review, okay, it's talking about the future, about going back to camp next year. The language they use here is going to. Okay, I'm going to be more adventurous in the future. I am going to be. All right. So what we'll do now in our notebooks, we'll just make a quick note of this useful language. Okay. Now, all right, we're going to have the title. First of all, open your notebooks, everybody. Okay, open your notebooks, and we're going to go to. We're going to make the title "Useful Language for a Review." Okay, and the date, of course, is Wednesday, the 18th of March, 2020. Make sure you have this in your notebooks. Okay. So, first thing that I want you to use in your review is make sure you use was and were. Okay, phrases like this: the camp was a lot of fun. I was very excited. I'd like you to copy these phrases in your notebook, and I'd like you to make your own phrase using was or were. Just a simple phrase like I've done up here. Another interesting bit of language: there was, there were. Okay, to say the things that they had. For example, there were a lot of activities. There was a really nice view. Okay, copy these phrases in your notebook and make your own. Okay, very good. And the third bit of language that I would like you to use at the end of the review for talking about the future is going to with a verb. Okay, in fact, I should even put be going to. Okay, because it's always with the verb to be. Okay, so for example, next year, I'm going to do more activities. Next year, we are going to visit different places. Copy these phrases in the notebook and, again, make your own. Okay. All finished? Fantastic. You can pause the video while you do your exercises. Okay. Very good. All finished. Now, let's go back to our pupils book, and this time we're going to go to page 66. Okay. So over here, page 66. We're going to skip exercise 1 and 2. All right, and we're going to go straight to Pip's notes about confidence camp. So this is a kid called Pip, and he's had an experience at something called confidence camp. Okay, and he's made some notes here. All right. So we'll just have a quick read of the notes. All right. Now, the notes aren't written in correct sentences. It's just short form. So maybe short words, short phrases. What we have to do is we have to take the information and write it in correct, grammatically correct sentences. Okay. Which we will do in this exercise just here next to it. All right. First, let's have a read. Okay. So these are just notes. Confidence camp helps kids do things they don't like or aren't good at. Activities: bike riding, surfing, riding a zip wire, singing in public. Feelings before camp. How did they feel? Not looking forward to it, a little bit nervous. Not confident or adventurous. Worries about activities. So what were they worried about? What were they scared of? They were worried about surfing. And it says here they tried it before, so that means they've done the activity before, but they couldn't do it, right? So it was very difficult. So that's why they're worried. Guide. The guide is the person who helps the kids in the camp. Okay. So the guide was very encouraging, and he said, "Be confident," and gave me plenty of time, so lots of time to practice. Okay. The favorite activity: riding a zip wire. Now, if you don't remember the zip wire, this is shown in this picture here. So it's when you have a wire between maybe two trees and you slide down it. Terrified, very scared, but they did it. And it's like flying. So the experience is similar to flying, they said. Overall, in total, okay, positive experience, so many new things to try. So that means a lot of new things to try. In the future, determined to try more ambitious activities. And a recommendation, everyone should try it, and they want to go back next year. Okay, good. So seems pretty straightforward. Now, what we have to do is we have to take this information and we have to write it into a review like this. Okay, so you have phrases here to help you, okay, to start you off. All right, so we have to find the correct information and write it up correctly. Okay, that means using the correct verbs in the correct tense. Okay, and using all the correct pronouns and making sure the sentences are grammatically correct. Now, you can take this information and write it in your activity book. I'm going to write it in Word just because it's a little bit easier, okay? But you can go ahead and do this in your activity book, all right? And we'll do this together before you write your own review. Okay, so go down. So, first of all, let's look at the first part. Confidence Camp, all right, they've done this bit for us. Confidence Camp helps kids to do things they don't like or aren't good at. Okay, so they've taken these notes here, okay, and they've just written it into the sentence. Helps kids do things they don't like or aren't good at. Okay, that one's very easy. You can just copy it in there. Okay, not too much changing. Let's look at the second part. You can try lots of different activities like, now what does it say about the activities? Okay, here we have the list of activities. Okay, and again, very easy. We just have to copy that information here. So I'll do it in Word. You can try lots of different activities like, and let's have a look what it says. Lots of different activities like, and all we have to do is write this information. Bike riding, surfing, riding a zip wire, okay, riding a zip wire, and because it's the last one, we're going to put and singing in public. Very good. Full stop. Okay. Easy. Easy. Okay. So let's go to the next part. It says, at first, so at the beginning, I wasn't something because something. Let's see what it says. Feelings before camp. It says here, not looking forward to it. Okay, so that's how he felt. So now we have to write that in a correct sentence. How do we do this? Okay, we just put the verb into the sentence. At first, I wasn't, okay, it's already negative. I wasn't looking forward to it. First, I wasn't looking forward to it. Okay. And then it says because, okay, and he describes himself that he isn't confident or adventurous. Okay. So we have to write this in a correct sentence. All right. So imagine we are Pip. All right. At first, I wasn't looking forward to it because, and now we have to use the present because we're describing how the person is. Okay. Because I am not confident or adventurous. Okay. First, I wasn't looking forward to it because I'm not confident or adventurous. Okay, very good. Let's continue. I was worried about, what were they worried about? I was worried about, worries about activities, surfing. So he was worried about surfing. Okay, so let's write that in. Okay. I was worried about surfing. Full stop. Okay. Just like here. So you can write it in your activity books. I was worried about surfing. Okay. And then it says, I had tried, but I, okay. Now try is when you do something for the first time to see how it is. Okay. So let's see what it says. Tried before, couldn't do it. Okay, I'll just highlight that. All right. Tried before, couldn't do it. Okay, so let's write that up. How are we going to write that up? Okay, so just taking the notes. I had tried before, but I couldn't do it. But I couldn't do it. Okay, so just taking the information and writing it correctly. That's all we're doing. Okay, let's look at our next part. It says, however, our guide was, how did they describe the guide? Let's have a look here. It says, guide, very encouraging. Okay, so let's write that in. Okay, it says, however, our guide was very encouraging. Okay, first our guide was very encouraging. Okay, what I'm going to do very quickly now is I'm just going to highlight the parts that we've written in, okay, just to make sure that it's clear. All right, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, so here you can see the parts that we've written in are highlighted in red. Okay, let's continue. So the next part says, she told me, okay, so another way to say she told me is that she said. Okay, she told me. What did she say? Let's have a look. She said, be confident. Be confident. If you can look, we have the quote here. Be confident. Okay. So how are we going to write that here? She told me. Let's write it. She told me. And now we have to put it in the correct form. She told me to be confident. Okay, it's the reporting speech like we've done before. Okay, she told me to be confident. I'll just put this back in black. Okay, she told me to be confident. Good. And what else did she say? Gave me plenty of time to practice. Okay, so again, we can write that correctly. All right, so she told me to be confident and we have to write that in the correct sentence. So we have to use the pronoun. She gave me plenty of time to practice. Put that again. All right, good. Very good. Okay, so we should have our second paragraph here. Easy, right? Easy. Let's continue. My favorite activity. What was the favorite activity? Favorite activity, writing a zip wire. Okay, let's write that correctly. All right. Okay, so again, I'll go to my notes. Okay, and we'll go for a new paragraph here. And it says, my favorite activity, you have to use the past, was, because it's in the past, and it was riding a zip wire. Okay, and that's a full phrase. My favorite activity was riding a zip wire. Okay, and I'll just highlight that so you know that's what you have to write in. What else does she say? My favorite activity was riding a zip wire. I was, so maybe how did she feel? But, okay, so let's look at the notes. Terrified. So the phrase must be, I was terrified, but did it. And then like flying. Okay, so we have to make these into correct phrases. All right, so what we're going to do is go back. Okay, and we're going to say, my favorite activity was riding a zip wire. I was, and what was the word? Very scared? That's right, terrified. Terrified. I was terrified. But, it says, did it. Okay, that's in note form, so we need to put the pronoun. Always need to put the pronoun in English. But I did it. Okay. We'll just highlight this so you know what you have to write. Okay. I was terrified, but I did it. Very good. And we have another sentence here. Okay, and then she says, it, so now she's probably describing it. How does she describe it? It said like flying. Okay, so we have to use the verb. Okay, it, and now the verb is the verb to be in the past. It was like flying. Okay, I'll just put this in the correct colors. Okay, very good. All right, we're going along very well. All right, and now we're on our last paragraph. Okay, overall confidence camp. Overall, let's see what they say. Overall, positive experience, so many new things to try. How do we put this in a sentence? Overall, confidence camp was a positive experience. So let's make a new paragraph. Overall, confidence camp was a great experience. They say great experience? Positive experience. Sorry, my mistake. Positive experience. Positive experience. Okay. Very good. Overall confidence camp was a positive experience. There were, what does it say? There were, oh, this must be it, so many things to do. Okay, I'll just highlight this. Or so many things to try. Very good. Okay, so we're going to write this phrase. There were so many means a lot, so many things to try. Okay, we'll put this back in, put this in black. Okay, very good. There were so many things to try. Okay, now in the future, what did I say about the future? In the future, determined to try more ambitious activities. Okay, so we're going to use this using future grammar. Okay, in the future, in black, in the future, and what does it say? Determined to try more ambitious activities. Determined. Okay. Determined to try more. So, in the future, now we can say, if it's present, we say I am. If it's past, we say I was. But if it's future, we're going to say, in the future, I am going to be more. I'm going to be determined to try more ambitious activities. More ambitious activities. Okay, so, all right, note here, I'm going to be, okay, because it's in the future. All right, and full stop. And let's see, what does it say next? Everyone, what does it say about everyone? Everyone should try it and then want to go back next year. Okay, everyone should try it, want to go back next year. All right, so let's write that in. Everyone should try it. Okay, and I want to go back next year. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, let's just get the colors correct. Oh, I made a little mistake. Instead of saying everyone should try it, everyone should try, and it says confidence camp. Okay, everyone should try confidence camp. I was being lazy, I just put it. I want to go back next year. Okay, good. So you should now have this whole review completed, okay, with the information here written in correct sentences. All right, easy, right? Very easy. Okay, have a look at this document. Okay, pause the video if you need to and check that you have everything correct. All right. Now, I like you to pay attention to this because I want you to use similar phrases in the review that you're going to write. Okay, I want you to use similar phrases. All right, so we'll keep this in mind. Okay, and you can look at it, all right, for ideas when you're writing your review. Right. So, very good, everybody. Let's go to our pupils book, to our workbook. Okay, and we're going to go to page. What page is this? 54. Page 54. Okay. Now, on page 54, okay, we have a review of a different camp. Okay, this is called Family Adventure Camp. All right, and it has some information here written in note form, right, similar to what we've just seen. Okay. However, you're going to have to use your own ideas for a lot of this review. Okay. So let's go through the first parts together. All right. So here we have to match parts of the review to the information. Okay. So it's talking about what the review is saying and the actual information that it gives. Okay. So first of all, let's have a quick read of the review. It says, Family Adventure Camp. Fun for all the family from 8 to 80, right? Those are ages, 8 to 80. Activities, water sports, kayaking, canoeing, water skiing, swimming, but then also climbing, mountain biking, and zip wire, the famous zip wire, okay? In the evenings, so at nighttime, there's a quiz, which is like a bit of trivia, okay? A little friendly bit of trivia competition, concerts, some music, and dance. Special events, a trip to hot air balloon show, Now, hot air balloon are those giant balloons that people fly up in the sky in. Okay, so there's obviously some big show with lots of hot air balloons. There's also a kayaking race. Accommodation, so where do you sleep? Teepees or tree houses? Now, if you don't remember, teepees were the big triangle cone-shaped tents that the Native Americans used. Okay, or the Native Americans or Indians, as some of you may know them. It says, our friendly guides will teach you the skills you need and help you develop confidence. Okay, so let's do this first activity. So matching the parts of the review. So the general description of the camp. Which of this gives a general description? Here, it's for families and has activities for all ages. Okay. On your own, pause the video and try and do the rest of the exercise. Okay, very good. Let's look at the answers. Okay. So, feelings before at the start of the trip. I didn't feel confident about trying new things. Good. How the guide helped. The guide was the person who helps all the people at the camp. How the guide helped was the answer. She told us to believe in ourselves. Evening activities. After dinner, there was a family quiz. Favorite part of the trip. The best thing was all the water sports. Benefits of the experience. I made a lot of new friends. And recommendation. It's a fantastic place to go with your family. Okay? So, these are typical phrases that you'd use to say different bits of information in your review. Okay? Let's move on. So, what I would like you to do, okay, your task is to use this information from the Family Adventure Camp, and I'd like you to imagine that you spent some time there, okay, that you've gone to this Family Adventure Camp, and you're going to write about it, okay? So you're going to have to use your imagination, all right? Imagine you go to this Family Adventure Camp. Now, it has some exercises here to help you plan your review, all right? So the first paragraph, okay, describing the camp. The second paragraph, feelings before. How did you feel before? Okay, so if we look at the one we've done, okay. At first, I wasn't looking forward to it, okay. So a phrase like something like this if you're nervous or if you're excited. What activities did you do? How did the guide or the monitor, how did the guide help you? Did they tell you something that made you confident? Okay, what did they do? What was your favorite part of the trip? Okay, so you can maybe say your favorite activity. Okay, maybe mountain biking, maybe the concert. Who knows? And why? Was it fun? Was it exciting? And then the last paragraph, the benefits of the experience. Okay, so what good things did you get from this camp? Okay, and what would you tell other people? Would you recommend to your friends that they go to this camp? All right. So I would like you to use this information, plan your review here by making notes, okay, and then write it in the space here, okay. After you finish writing, you can use this checklist, okay. Have I organized the information clearly? Is the information included useful? Have I used adjectives to add interest, right? We always want to describe things if something's boring or if it's exciting. Have I expressed my opinion helpfully? Have I checked my text carefully for accuracy? So when you finish a review, go through this list and make sure you've done all of those things, okay? Now, if you're finding it difficult to write the review, all you need to do is just go back and have a look at the example that we've done, okay? Look at the notes, look at the phrases, okay? Get some ideas, all right? And if you're stuck, you can use the same phrases, okay, that we've used in our activity book, okay? So you can use the same phrases or very similar phrases and just change some of the information, okay? That's all you need to do. All right. Use the phrases. Okay. Use it and copy them. All right. And then write your own review about Family Adventure Camp. Okay. Once you have it written, you can either take a picture or you can write it on the computer if you want to, and you can send it to english.learners.constanti@gmail.com. Okay, and I'll just write that on here for you. Okay, so email english.learners.constanti at gmail.com. Email. Okay. So you can just either take a photo of your writing or write it on the computer and then just email it to English learners. Okay? At this email address. And that should be the end of our class today. It was quite a long one. But it's important that you keep up with your English, okay? So I look forward to reading everybody's review. Okay? Good luck, everybody, and I'll see you next class. Bye-bye.